first impressions video brought to you by MMO Play. Today we're taking a look at an upcoming free-to-play action RPG called Akaneiro Demon Hunters. This is a free-to-play hack and slash game set in feudal Japan with a Red Riding Hood theme. It might sound cheesy and silly, but it actually is a lot of fun. I've been enjoying playing it. You can see there are three basic character types. I'm gonna go with the cunning type, which is a one-handed weapon style. There basically are three weapon choices. You can do one-handed, you can do dual wield, or two-hand. One-handed gives you increased critical strike damage, which increases all of your cunning abilities, which are your right-click actives. There are two combat modes, controls. Left click is your spam attack, right click is my active ability. It takes energy, mana, whatever you want to call it. So my right click is actually kind of a bow shot that does a bit of an arc. It really only hits one monster though, so the arc is just kind of to represent your hitting. It is a click to move isometric game, so kind of on the Diablo style, and it does have this theme of dealing with the wolves, Red Riding Hood. You can see the different keys over there. I got one that tracks your stats and your record. Got one that shows your skills. So you can see right there my cunning skills. I got steady shot 1. You can get more later. I can train in one that improves all my cunning abilities for a short time, and then after that I can go ahead and then use my steady shot to make it do more damage. You can play in full screen or windowed mode. It is a browser-based game using the Unity engine. It's currently on Kickstarter and attempting to go through Steam Greenlight process. It's also in open beta this week, and then next week after that it'll be releasing. So there might be some changes between now and then. Inventory system. The inventory is fairly large. It's not like a lot of times you think of Diablo or you're playing inventory Tetris trying to fit all the items in. This game actually gives you quite a bit of space. It also has a transmute option. You just drag an item onto the transmute bar on the inventory, and what it'll do is it'll just sell it. So think like the Cauldron of Jordan in Diablo 3 when it first was coming out. So you can vendor items in the middle of a mission. It's important because you cannot leave a mission. If you go back to town mid-mission, you see that XP I get at the top? Yeah, you don't get any of it. So make sure you finish up. There's three armor types. There's medium, light, and heavy. They all basically have the same stats. The difference is when you train in armor, light will let you move faster, medium will give you more energy regen, and heavy will give you more health regen. So do you want to rely on your special attacks, be a little more mobile, or just kind of tanking things? So it recommends, it gave me dueling 1 and light armor 1, so it gave me the ability to regenerate, or to move faster, and to use one-handed weapons with this character setup. You can actually train your character however you want. You get these karma shards, which you can go to a trainer and then pay karma shards to train. Problem is you get a limited number of them, and you also need to spend karma shards to unlock new zones. So I'm going to actually run into a problem towards the end where I complete the first 3 missions, and then didn't do the next mission. I need 2,400 karma shards, but since I had bought dual wielding, because I actually hadn't paid attention to the system at this point, I was a good 500 karma shards short, and I had to repeat the 3rd mission a couple of times. That was my own fault, though. This is a free-to-play game. There is microtransactions. You can actually just go buy more shards. They're not really... It's currency. It doesn't let you buy anything special. It just lets you kind of save time. You don't have to go back and do missions if you have extra karma shards. You can buy gear with them, but I seem to be getting as good a gear as I want. I check the vendor occasionally, and I don't see really anything I want that I don't... That's willing to spend money that's better than I have. You can see basically I avoid items which are unmagic. There are green items which are magical items. They will give you kind of like a cool aura around your character too, which we'll see when I find one. Just running through, trying to basically kill everything in here since this is my first mission, trying to get a bunch of karma. some experience. Leveling system, when you gain a level, you can basically put a point into cunning prowess or the third one. It's, as far as I'm concerned, it's int, agility, and strength, but that's beside the point. You can also see dual wielding doesn't really increase your DPS, so wielding one weapon doesn't really hurt you, it's just a different style of fighting. One small complaint I've had so far is the fact that a lot of action RPGs, if you hit Alt, it'll highlight the items on the ground so you can see what's there. Oh, looks like I got a couple of upgrades. Just gonna keep running around. It does seem to be fairly gear dependent. When I went and did the third mission the first time, I was having a lot of trouble. When I did the second time, I had just hit level 3, so I got all my level 3 gear equipped, and I was one-shotting everything. Although, missions do scale with you. I went back and redid the third mission twice, or yeah, I did it a total of 3 times. And the third time I went in, all of a sudden the monsters went from being one-shot and barely damaging me to needing 2 to 3 hits and being kind of hard again. So that is something kind of nice if you don't want to. You don't have enough karma to unlock the next area. You can redo missions and they scale with you, so you're still challenged. It's not like it's going to be boring. It'll just be a little repetitive because you've already done it. And the music, I kind of a fan of the music and the graphic style. It maybe has a little bit of repetition to it, but the music is kind of soft, so it's not like blaring in your face, loud and annoying. Another thing with these karma shards is, watch my health when I grab them. They actually are your regen. They're kind of like little mini health globes too. So as you kill monsters, you'll get karma shards, and you'll regen health. You actually don't regen. Oh, that means I have a boss fight coming. That blue flame means I can't leave. So I'm just gonna go and do all this. Boss fights can be a little complicated single player. They tend to have a lot of hit points, do decent damage on abilities. They're kind of hard to deal with when you're solo because all the abilities are going to be focused on you, and just makes things a little more difficult. As you can see, I'm trying to actually use my right click a little bit more and stay at range. Alphas actually take a couple of extra swings too, so I'm going to try to deal with them a little bit. Looks like I'm getting hit pretty bad. You can see the boss, and he's got the aura around him. So you can kite faster than most of the monsters, especially if you have light armor and you have light armor training. So this is going to be a little... careful. A little slow fight because really you don't regenerate health normally, so there are consumables in the game. One small issue is there are many basically food items, but there's different kinds, and they actually didn't seem to tell what they helped with. Like, some will help with energy, some will help with food or health. They cost karma shards. Basically everything is karma shards. That's kind of the nice thing, is all your equipment, all your training, and all that translates to karma shards. Level is just one part of progression. Looks like I have 400 XP when I get out of here too. Looks, I've also dealt with most of the wolves. I got one trash wolf and then the big guy left. Just gonna keep running in circles and regenerating some energy. Thankfully, boss attacks are usually fairly slow and well telegraphed, so you can dodge them. Problem is, sometimes you get just a little bit of latency, and if your attacks are too... Ooh, like there, he hit me even though he's far away from me. Alright, death is not that bad. You can go back to town if you want, and it's free. Or you can regen, and like that, it costs you some shards, and you get back up. And since you gain shards immediately, you actually can just leave and not lose them, but you'll lose all of your experience. And you also get bonus shards for completing a mission, so if you're not a boss, unless you really, really can't do it, you may as well res and get going again. So you can see all these items. I can hit them, drag them to transmute, and I'll sell them right now, or I can go back to town and talk to a vendor. And then just do a little more exploring, see if there's anything back here behind this gate. And then I can hit the little button on the right when I'm done bashing all the barrels and checking for chests and everything like that. And then I'll go to town. And this is the microtransactions. You can buy extra shards. Oh, we got one alpha just kind of hanging out in the back. Alright, head back to town and see a little bit of the basics for progression. You see, got completed his quest, got some experience, leveled up, hit level 2 so I can equip level 2 items, which is nice, a little higher defense. And I can pick a stat I want to level up. Well, I'm going to level up Cunning. So increasing my crit damage and all of my Cunning abilities. And then I can go through and grab all my level 2 items. I can go talk to my trainer and see if there's any level 2 skills I want. And you can also go ahead and rent pets. They last for like half an hour and then they fight alongside you. And this is also an online-only multiplayer game, so you can actually play with friends too. I just was choosing to try solo. But it's actually a fun little game. It's browser-based. It's on Unity Engine. Might be on Steam soon. If you like it, check it out. It's called Akaneiro Demon Hunters. If you like the content, stay tuned to more videos for MMO Play, and thanks for watching.